Hey folks, today is Wednesday, May 15th, 5:08 p.m. Let's take a look and see what happened today, and then we'll go over the list. So, not a bad day today. The futures were pretty bad before the market opened, and then it took about that half hour. I talked about it before, the 10 a.m. rule, waiting from 9:30 to 10. Kind of within there, things began to get a little bit better, and then all of a sudden, lots of buying kicked in. So the S&P is bouncing off this support, which is really good. Got stopped on the 21-day line, but we'll see what that does. Hopefully it will continue to just hold this line, and maybe again the headline risk will lift a bit. We won't have negative news pending or anything popping up out of nowhere to send us lower. Look at the move on the Nasdaq. Very nice rebound back up. Again, the 21-day line held it down. But bouncing off that support is very, very important. That's exactly what I was hoping we'd see. What did the Russell do? Russell looks a bit more negative. Still below the 200. Not a lot of momentum, but Nasdaq and S&P bouncing. That's exactly what we want to see. Let's go in here because there's some really good stuff in here. MDB finally broke out. I bought this today. I think it was 136.48 where I got in. It ended up being slightly below that line. And it was looking pretty good through the day, backed off a bit towards the close. I would have liked a better close. The volume was huge when it moved. 500 or 600% of its 21-day average volume. Really, really nice move. I just would have liked a better close. I did actually close below the 50. 38.22, no. So close slightly above the 50-day moving average there. Hopefully it'll keep the momentum going, and we'll see more upside on it. But that was a really nice move today. Boom! I just found this yesterday and broke out. I would have liked better volume, but it still came out of the pattern. Looks good. Again, I would have like $1.50 to $2 stop on it, and then give it time to try to build higher. Hopefully more volume comes in and gets it moving. Cyber, this is kind of what I thought was going to happen with this. It's bounced off the lower line and started to move back up. The breakout point is, what is it, 129.93? Well, basically 130. I would say 130. If it clears 130, that's really the breakout for that guy. CRM held within this ascending triangle. Still looks good. DOMO, I think I've adjusted this bottom line several times. I've had it down here, I've had it somewhere over here, and now I've put it there, and I think that makes a lot more sense now that we've had these touches down here. Looks really good, just a great big bullish flag, falling wedge kind of pattern. Give it some more time, it might get the momentum to get out of there. Spotify is hanging on the lower line, was up today, looks okay, it's still in the pattern. AYR, same thing, still within the symmetrical triangle. This thing looks really good to me. Chipotle. It's touched created another point here. I used to have the line up here until it created that point. I adjusted the line. Now it's bouncing back up. What is it? $2.71 today. Starting to slowly build its way back up to the upper line. If we get momentum, really good days like today, it shouldn't take long, and Chipotle will probably break over the upper line. Now tried to go, didn't really have much volume. It was pretty light. That's probably why I couldn't really get out of there. It still looks good. It's trying, just needs more volume. Shopify, here we go. I think this line was in the last video. I adjusted it very recently. I don't remember if it was today or yesterday. Symmetrical triangle, touched, bounced right out of it. So that had pretty good volume, and it moved really, really well. It's another nice move for Shopify. Probably won't be long and it'll break the highs. Looks like it's going to keep going. Match, another one that looks really good. Even on the really bad day we had a couple days ago, it's just hanging tough, making progress. Looks really, really good. So on Match, I'll just say how I would trade this. I would still be down there. Usually I would wait until the stock makes more progress higher and then forms either a pennant or bull flag or some other kind of pause that you can clearly see in the chart, and then breaks that, then I'll move my stop at that point. So far on where my stop would be, I would still be sitting down here. TW, ooh, this guy looked fantastic earlier. It was way up there. It looked like it was just going to keep on going. Then it suddenly pulled back. I don't know if that was news or what, but sent it down. I would probably sell this right here, or I would now move my stop because it looks so weak. Or move my stop at least to break even and then just stay there, even though it hasn't reformed another new pattern up here to break out of. And at least that way, if it comes all the way back, you'll just get stopped out at break even. Otherwise, it can dance around up here all at once. It can even come down into here and approach your stop, approach break even, but not even touch it. Kind of like Match did. It came so close, but didn't touch it. So you'd still be in, and then it might find its way back up. PI, I adjusted the lower line today to compensate for this point here. So now we got a little symmetrical triangle, and it looks really good. It could go very soon if we keep getting positive days like today. HUBS came out of the pattern. Volume wasn't quite as big as I would have liked, but it's out. Hopefully that continues. This guy also, COUP, looked really good today. Had pretty good volume. Would have liked more, but it was way up there at one point and then kind of backed off towards the close. Still, it came out of the bull flag. Looks pretty good. ZM. Yesterday, I almost wrote this one off. Look at the move we get today. $6. Holy crow. $80.79, basically 80.80. If it can come up and break that, there's your buy point. Make sure the volume is nice and big. Let's see, OSIS. So that guy's just hanging out. Touch the line again, so you can see that resistance is still correct there. Needs a bit more time. Pinterest did pop above the line as I had it yesterday, but I just adjusted it because of the way it closed. There was no real breakout. There was no real momentum to break away from the line, so I just adjusted it back over top. Still looks pretty good, and its earnings are tomorrow after the close. So fingers crossed. Let's hope that it stays below that line, and then earnings is what pops it out, and then you could try to buy after the close if it has good momentum to the upside, or wait till the next day and then do what's called opening range breakout is one way to try to get in. I'll tell you what that is in case that you actually get that opportunity. Opening range breakout is where it gaps up, hopefully not too far, after it's reported earnings the previous day. You wait 30 minutes and let it create a range. Typically, you can even go to a 5-minute chart, or you can use a 30-minute chart. I like a 5-minute chart because I can actually see what's going on. But usually you'll get a 30-minute range, and then the stock will begin to pause or base even on the 5-minute chart. And then if it can break that, you can buy that one, because that gives you kind of a base to buy from, rather than just kind of throwing your money in on hopeful momentum and just hope it keeps going. Gives you something to, find a breakout and actually enter off of a breakout of a base or a pattern. So first 30 minutes, you can check the 5-minute. Some people use a 30-minute. Just let that bar form, and then if it breaks the high of that bar, you buy there. 5-minute gives you a bit more detail. It's a little bit more action, but it gives you a bit more detail. Sometimes it'll just form a symmetrical triangle or just some kind of obvious base on the 5-minute, and then you buy when it breaks that. FNKO is just still within the pattern. Was up today, but not too much. Okay, that's it. We had a really nice move on some of these today. Hopefully that continues into tomorrow. I'll see you next week.